Okay, so for the Romanian deadlift, Romanian deadlift is a deadlift variation where the knee is kind of restricted in how far it can move. So in a typical deadlift, I might pretty well squat the weight up and down, and my knee can go into some pretty deep flexion here. With the Romanian deadlift, the idea is that there's only a little bit of knee bend. I'm trying to contain most of the movement to my hips, so as soon as I start out the movement, my hands on the front of my thighs, good posture and everything. What I want to think about doing is pushing my butt back, and my knees will bend a little bit, but not much. I want all the movement here. Get a good deep stretch in the hamstrings as you do it. Lots of hamstring, lots of glute work, a little bit of low back work. So to learn the movement, just hands on the front of the thighs. Think about sliding them down the shin as far as you can with a straight back, and then coming back up. So pushing that butt back towards the wall behind you and back up. And then of course this is a single leg deadlift. This is what I want you to work up to. So rather than doing it on 2 feet, you're gonna do it balancing on one. So I have one stance leg, the other leg goes out behind me. So I use my hands for balance to start. Just keeping them at my sides. A little bit of bend, still thinking about pushing this side of my butt back to the wall behind me and back up. So my body and my rear leg help me to form kind of a straight line the entire time. I'm not moving my pieces separately. I'm moving as a cohesive unit the whole time. There's not much movement in my back and my torso or my rib cage or anything. I'm just creating a lot of stability and just moving through this stance side hip. And if that's way too hard, of course you can always stabilize by putting a finger on something for support or a full hand on something for support, using your dowel if you need to. If that's still too hard, get the toes of the rear foot on the ground and keep them there the whole time, and then just do the same thing. When you progress far enough that this is getting too easy for you with body weight, of course you can always do the same thing with a barbell, or you can do it with a dumbbell in each hand, of course, or you can even just make it harder by reaching overhead the whole time, keeping your arms overhead as you go deeper into this range of motion. That'll challenge your stability a bit more and bring your shoulders a bit more into play. So that's the Romanian deadlift.